Java monster. No, I've had this before, but it's been many years, or at least 5. And I don't really drink the Java monsters as much as I drink the regular monsters. I did try the cafe latte. Wasn't a fan of that one. Like, that one was more recently, but this is, I'm pretty sure this is just the base flavor. Mean Bean, I'm pretty sure that's like the standard Java monster flavor. At least, you know, it's the one I used to drink back in college. It's crazy that it's been that long, but either way, I've already cracked it open. I've already shaken it gently, as instructed. Let me go ahead and take a sip. You know, I've always liked these. I didn't really care for the cafe latte one just because I feel like it didn't taste any different. And drinking this now, you know, however many years since I've last had it, they all taste the same to me. All the ones I've tried. I haven't tried salted caramel or the Irish cream one yet. Maybe I'll do those for a video. Sorry, the cats are going crazy. But, I don't know. I feel like this one, you get what you get the base, like the standard Java monster flavor. It's creamy, milky, coffee, you know. Iced coffee anyway. It's alright. I can't lie. I've been watching, I bring him up all the time, Slipped in the Shadows ASMR. He's been doing a lot of coffee reviews, and he hates coffee. He's always hated it. So it's kind of like a masochist thing. Very enjoyable videos. I definitely recommend you go watch them if you're interested in more drink reviews. Sorry, but he brought something up when he was drinking the salted caramel one. Well, he's mentioned it a few times, but they taste like, they have like a burnt popcorn aftertaste. Or not aftertaste, but like the undertones of the flavor. And I was always like, I guess we just have different taste buds, but now that I'm drinking it, it's weird to say that I can taste it. Maybe it's just because I'm looking for that flavor now. It just feels weird, like the flavor that's left on your tongue after, you know, you've taken out the sip. I'm like, I do taste it. I do taste the burnt popcorn. I don't hate it. I'm kind of just saying that kind of because I think that's interesting, but I do like it. I don't know what I'm gonna rate it yet. I'm gonna keep sipping on it, and then we'll see. But yeah. Still playing a bit of Phasmophobia. I just did a ramble on that. It's doing pretty good. The video, I mean, or pretty good for my standards anyway. Or like what I usually get view-wise. But I've been playing that. Last night was the first time I did duos on that. I call it duos like it's fucking Fortnite, but it was just me and one of my other friends. We had never played together, and we aren't the best players. So it was actually, and we're playing on the professional difficulty, so it was actually kind of scary. We played 3 matches. We won the first one. Second one was alright. I think we guessed incorrectly, but we did both live, I think. No, he died. And then the third time, he died like right before we got any evidence at all. And I was stuck in the house because it was hunting for like almost 6 minutes straight, it felt like. Or every time it stopped hunting, it would start hunting again. So I spent the whole third match just hiding in a closet. I kept having to close the doors because they kept peeking it open. I was like, this is terrifying. This is terrifying. But yeah, at least we won the first one. It was also 3 in the morning for me, so, you know, I'll give myself some leeway on that. I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk, like I said the other day, trying to get some achievements. I'm working on getting the last few relic points so I can finish the relic tree. See, when I was playing the game, I used all the points I got for the things that I wanted. But I don't really use a lot of the equipment. I only use the, not the mates, what's the mono wire. So there was like 4 or 5 relic skills or whatever that I didn't bother upgrading because I don't use the gorilla arms, I don't use the mantis arms, whatever that third one was. And it's unmarked, like which of the relic points on the map. So I had to watch it. I had to pull up a guide to try to go through every single location and see which points I'm missing for that achievement. That's the last thing I did. What else? Played Tears of the Kingdom yesterday. I beat the Scourge of the Wind Temples, that giant ship in the sky. I liked the boss fight. Although it was simple, which you had to do, I still feel like I was quite threatened. I mean, I beat it first try because I had so many. I don't know what that was. Because I had so many, I had so much food ready. I was just constantly eating. I think she's. Oh yeah, she's cooking. I forgot for a second what she's doing. She's trying very hard to be quiet. I can hear it. It's adorable, but either way. So I beat that. I'm thinking about hopping back into Tears of the Kingdom today, and I only have one temple left. I forget the name, but it's in the bottom left corner of the map. With like my brain is only really correlating it with like Amazonian women. They're like 9 feet tall and shredded. Pretty sure they don't like men, but they like Link, I think. I don't know. I forget what it's called though. Like the desert area from Breath of the Wild. I haven't even gone there in Tears of the Kingdom, so I don't know if the landscape's changed at all. But we'll see. We'll see. So, but yeah, that's the only temple I have left. I'm gonna have to go to the depths and put in some work down there. We'll see how long it takes me to do everything I want to do in that game and beat the game. But I did I don't know what compelled me to do it, but last night I played some Assassin's Creed, the first one. No, I had it downloaded. I've had it downloaded for a long time. I don't know what made me want to play it, but I actually did have some fun with it. I mean, the combat in Assassin's Creed's always pissed me the hell off, because I feel like sometimes it's just crazy. But it is what it is. Maybe I'll get back to it. I do have the Ezio collection on my Switch, so maybe I'll get back to that as well. Who knows? I don't know what's got me wanting to play that. I know I have some other games I want to play as well. But, yeah, not really too much going on at the moment. It is Sunday, so I also did just wake up. I got a late start today because, like I said, we were playing till 3 in the morning last night. But it's a good night. So today I'm gonna relax, play some stuff, get back to watching Daredevil. I've been kind of planning out what shows I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about my favorite shows in a probably longer ramble video. Kind of thinking about all my favorite shows, even from back when I was younger. Not like kid shows, but, well, maybe some of them might be considered kid shows, but we'll see. We'll see what I end up talking about. I've been thinking about our future, whether or not we're here or when we want to move. be closer to family. Because when we got out of the military, we just stayed where we were, which really isn't close to anyone. And all of our friends were military, so, you know, they're constantly moving, deploying, transferring, whatever. So everyone we were here with, that we were friends with, is gone. So sorry. I'm stuffed up today, but that's what we've been thinking about. I'm ready to go as soon as possible, pretty much. But she did just get a job, so everyone congratulate her. I'll let her know what y'all say, if y'all say anything at all, but that was something that was stressing her out. I was telling her she didn't have to work, because the job I make now makes enough. But, some people, and it's not a bad thing, some people they just get too restless being at home, and it's been 4 or 5 months since we left the military, so she was probably, she had enough of taking care of the cats and just being home. So I don't blame her. I was without a job for 2 months, and I was feeling it by the end of the first month. I need something to do, something productive, something to get me out of the apartment for a while. And of course, who doesn't like to see money in their bank account going up and not down? So we'll be deciding that. More than likely, we'll be moving in around a year or so. Because the job I'm in, I'm technically in probationary status for the first year. And if I get out of probationary status, I can move to, I could stay with the company. They have, places like this all over the country, or at least this side of the country. So I can move closer to family and, stay in the same job type. I mean, I think it'd be a different role, but I wouldn't have to be probationary again or anything like that. So I could just kick it right off. Not that it makes a huge difference, but either way, I'm just spitballing ideas. Just talking about whatever comes to mind, because that's what rambling is. I don't know. So we'll see how things turn out. Either way, whenever we do move, the only thing we know 100% sure is that when we leave this apartment, we're moving into a house. We've already determined that we can afford it, especially if we both have jobs. We don't have kids, we just have 2 cats. It's definitely feasible for us in our current situation, but, it's always smart to save as much as you can before making a decision like that, or deciding to act on it. But that's something we decided, and I'm hoping that we can find a house that we can accommodate a certain area of it for, video games, and a corner for me to make ASMR videos, So we'll see. It also depends on where we end up. It's cheaper to live in some areas and more expensive to live in others. I think lucky for us, both of our families live pretty close to each other, around 6-hour drive, one way anyway. And what was I about to say? Oh yeah, they both live in relatively cheaper areas to live. So if we're really moving close to them, it's a lot cheaper than where we are right now. Of that I can show you. Let me pause it real quick. Oh my goodness, sorry, I have to blow my nose. It's wild, but yeah, either way, I'm hoping I can have a corner for ASMR. Maybe I can get like a camera set up or something instead of using my phone. I think the biggest thing I need to worry about is getting a computer though, because I feel like I can really step up my game for this and for, I don't know what that sound was, and for so plenty of other areas in my life that getting an actual computer might work. Both of my laptops have shit the bed. I say both, but I hold on to laptops, and I've had these since I've had one of these since 2014. So 11 years ago I got it, and it went everywhere with me, and I took it to some pretty rough places. So I probably could pay to have them looked at or fixed and then get some whatever, but I think at this point it might just be better to get a PC, get everything I need up front. It won't be cheaper, but I don't know. I feel like I've always bought the cheapest laptops I could find, within a certain reason. I don't get like the cheapest, but the cheapest of decent quality, if that makes sense. So we'll see. Plenty of things to decide this year, and it's more of a matter of prioritizing. PC has always been at the top of the list, yet somehow something always comes up and it keeps getting pushed back and whatever. It's the top of the list of things that I want, but near the middle to the bottom of the list of things we need, if that makes sense. Because if I was teleworking, like if that was a part of my job, then maybe, but it's not. So, and I don't want it to be. I don't like keeping work at work. But, yeah, well, I can ramble a bit about, everything there is that I want to talk about today. So, we're about probably around this much, too. Maybe less. It's hard to tell. I can't tell. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, definitely near the bottom. I always liked this flavor. I know a lot of my friends don't like it. I think I'm one of the only people I know that enjoys the Java Monster. And that's okay with me. I don't prefer it to regular Monster, but occasionally I'll treat myself to it. I don't think it gives me nearly as much energy as a regular Monster, but it does have a lot more calories and sugar, I'm pretty sure, than the white Monster that I normally drink. I'm sure it's got other things, but I haven't really looked at the stats of the white Monster in a while, but either way, like I said, it's an occasional treat for me. Trying to think what I'd rate it. My brain says it should probably be around a 6.5 to a 7, but, and this will sound weird, but I pretty much have associated parts of my life, like memories, with some of the things I was eating or drinking at the time. For example, Red Bull, as strawberry apricot Red Bull. Hold up, give me 1 second. Sorry, she's making bacon, turkey bacon. So, what was I saying? Strawberry apricot Red Bull. I've associated that with Cyberpunk 2077 because while it was a bad time in my life, I was obsessed with Cyberpunk, and it was kind of my escape from reality, and strawberry apricot Red Bull is what got me through that. I don't drink that anymore because, holy shit, I was crashing. The sugar in those were crazy. Now, maybe a sugar-free version or a decreased sugar might be okay, but what else? White Monster, it's kind of just become synonymous for me with everything, but I remember drinking these. Oh, it definitely wasn't 5 years ago. Wait, no, 5 years ago was 2020. Yeah. So I was in San Antonio. I had just gotten out of training for the military. So I wasn't in college. College was 7 years ago. That's ridiculous, but whatever. in San Antonio. Another particularly rough time, just not rough as in bad, but rough as in like it was very demanding and I was very tired all the time. But at some point, the training kind of just halted because of COVID. So, or not halted, it didn't stop, but it was less. You know, there were less people, there was less shit to do, there was less that we could do because at the time people didn't know how to navigate COVID and whatever. So it was a lucky time for me to be going through, you know, that stage of the military, but pretty much I had one of these with me pretty often, and I remember I was having a really good conversation with one of my best friends, and we were just sitting under a pavilion on base at, well, not to get myself in trouble, but we were, you know, there were lights out and there was curfew, and we had to be in the barracks at certain times, but we were often not where we needed to be. So we were just at some part of the base doing stuff we weren't supposed to be doing. And there was this nice park so there was like a golf course area we were sneaking onto, and we would just go sit underneath the bridge on top of the rocks and just talk shit while the water was running. When I was drinking one of these, like 2 in the morning, we'd bring them. And some of our other friends, it was really just the 3 of us. I say some of our other friends, but it was really just me, him, and then one of our Air Force friends. I did that pretty often. Good times, you know? So I associate that really good memory with, one of those really good memories with this. And unfortunately, that takes the 6.5 and that automatically brings it to an 8 for me. Because when I drink this, I think of that. So I don't care if it's bullshit. Flavor, profile, and all that, it's a 6.5. But for me, this'll always get some bonus points for, you know, just the luck of being around for some of the best memories of my life, you know. So I just took down the rest of it. And yeah, when you take a bigger swig like that, you definitely taste that burnt popcorn. But yeah, so Java Monster Mean is gonna get an 8.0 for me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you all for stopping by. Everyone say goodnight, sketch.